I had literally no technical skills in game development. I had never done development before, but I understood lean methodology very well from Agile, and I excel at understanding the business requirements thanks to 4 years of experience in management in the past and 2 years of studying in Federation University. My main role was to make the product as basic as possible, and more focus was given to the core functionalities. Things were sorted on the highest to lowest value delivering. Anything that was taking more time than expected and not providing enough value was dumped into the graveyard. The hours included this learning time, failed attempts to make things, planning and collaborating as well. This is the justification of contribution as per skill set and time allocated to the project. These are the things which I have done, and I have posted this file with this video in the portfolio because 15 minutes are very little to for me to discuss all these things. Um, all this summarizes to 640 hours, as I mentioned. This air pipe that you are seeing right now, I made it from scratch. It used to be a single line, which I made it to curve. Then that curve, I expanded it so much that it became this cylinder. On this cylinder, uh, it was still totally bland. I added the textures in such a way that it became a bit bumpy and stuff, like not perfect, because if something is perfect, you wouldn't feel that that is real. So I made it bumpy and stuff. Then I uh, found textures in that, and tested one by one so many types of textures which would work on this, and then modified those textures to make it feel this much biological. Um, and the fog which you would be seeing at the end, there is this red fog which is showing. I added that fog as well so that it feels like it's unending, and it keeps on going, and it has a place to go somewhere instead of a limited path. Otherwise it gets limited after a certain period of time, and you would be able to see the other part of it, but we don't want that. We want to stop there. This is how it looks like.
Once healthy tissue is now struggling to cope and is building.
So I made it as such that the smoke which is there, it passes from this air pipe to show that the construction and everything is happening because of the smoke.
Irritation is building. What was once healthy tissue is now struggling to cope.
And from the start to finish, as you see that the color is getting more and more vibrant, it shows the irritation. And as you see that this windpipe is getting constricted, which shows inflammation, like it is swelling from the outside uh, because of the smoking.
Imagine living with this every time you vape.
And this mucus was made by Shinyu. I just added them and made it animated and changed the sizes of them to make it look real. Animated them to come at certain points of time to make sure that the user feels very disgusted. You can see the veins and stuff here on the texture as well.
Do you notice the pace?
There is this heart scene where so what happens is the heart starts beating much faster when somebody who smokes, and it increases in rate by around 20 beats per second. So I show the healthy heart first,
What you are seeing is a healthy heart. And this is the
then I show the unhealthy heart.
heart of a person who vaped, pacing as if it's racing. Notice the difference between their speed.
And then I show the difference between the speeds of both of them. So this behind this texture also, you might be familiar with that it is the air pipe structure, but air pipe structure I have modified to make it a plane. instead of the cylinder, because it takes a lot of time to make that. So instead of that, I just made it a simple plane, so that they would feel that they are inside the system.
Worst of all, the more you smoke, the more it damages
And this neurotransmitter scene, all of it, every part of it is created by me, except this brain, which was created by Shinyu, but I animated it to look like this.
you, and your brain
Here it shows the location of where these neurotransmitters are, so that people are not confused that what they are seeing right now.
more and more to the extent that it becomes an addiction.
And then that brain disappears, so that people can have more focus on what is going to be shown right now.
After that, even when
These kind of labels are put because of the feedback which was given to us, that it's difficult to understand what is happening, so and what they are looking at. So this is the nicotine, the label is given there, and here this is the nicotine receptor. It is going to tell you.
you know you are inhaling poison and you want to get rid of it, it would be
Yeah, now you will be able to see that it gets fixed into it, uh, and there would be a light showing to give that satisfactory visual that it is getting fixed where it was supposed to.
too late and difficult to get off.
Once four of them are connected, in that case, it shows, it is going to show so many nicotines and nicotine receptors building up. Nicotine have been given a random path to follow, but that also in such a manner that it doesn't go outside this neurotransmitter. It stays inside these neurotransmitters, and also doesn't collide with each other and go through these. So that's it. Unique things that I learned or did or contributed are advanced XR interaction toolkit. So before, what was happening was that I was able to grab the objects like as if it was telekinesis. Like if I click on this mouse, then this is how I am grabbing it. Okay, instead of it coming directly to my hand. So what I did is I made it as such that the mouse directly comes into hand whenever I select it. I made it auto grabbing so that the user doesn't have to figure out the controls on holding it, first of all grabbing it, then holding it, and then releasing it in order to drop. So this is too difficult for non-gamers when they start it, and it's overwhelming for them to understand. Another thing is the attach points, which is, imagine that this is a vape. So if the vape I um, attach points, so this is a vape, okay. When I started, it was getting grabbed like this. So nobody grabs waves like this. They grab it from the sideways. Okay, and on top of that, there is this nozzle, which isn't supposed to be vertical, but when it was grabbed, it was being grabbed as such that vertical part was coming near the mouth, but it is supposed to be horizontal. The nozzle of the vape is horizontal whenever anybody smokes, because otherwise this is a very weird position for somebody to smoke. So I made it as such that it can be done in that way. Implementing scene transitions based on object state. So for this, what happens is, as we have seen, that implementing scene transitions based on object state. So when I am grabbing something, it's in a grabbing state, and when I am dropping something, it's in a release state, basically. So if I am smoking something, that time if inhaling sound is playing and smoke is coming out and I am coughing, that is fine. But if it is on the table and I am near it, and that time it starts playing inhaling sounds or coughing sounds, then it is a bit awkward. So what I did is that the triggers only happen in certain states. instead of just being coming to the close proximity of anything. The rest of the things that I learned are here. I won't be able to cover them, but I am going to put it in a Word document in with attached with the video so that you can have a look at it. The feedback that I am going to provide is for VR Week Health, the other version which is being made by Tamim. Um, the presentation on October 15th, it was very unoriginal. The idea of vending machine was plagiarized from Shinyu's ideas. The idea of making human organs animated in front of the users, and the script describing the products such as weed killer, insect killer, nail polish, all that is being said by the bot. Both of them were copied from our project, and the documentation that was created by me, and no credit was given, which can encourage people to let other people do their work for them. The presentation was bad as well because there was no preparation which was made for the presentation. Okay, so my review is about capstone presentation of Bodycheck Health app. There are a couple of constructive feedbacks. Uh, I don't like the way that this symbol is put here, which is not matching the background. Just a background removal could have been done and it could have matched the same type, or otherwise this could also have been made white to match with the symbol. Also, I don't understand the point of the mascot here. Either it is unclear if it is useful or it is not useful, which I see here. You can select the mascot, so I don't understand the point of selecting the mascot. Then I really like these icons, and which are pretty standard and straightforward, which is a good thing. But still, the themes are not matching. Like this is a bit black themed, and this is just a black border theme. They could have been matching with each other. And I really like the fact that it's just in case if your description doesn't come in either of them, then you can just select custom check and write on that. But I wish there was a search button here that you can search your condition among these as well, based on those search terms. This clock looks very premium. Whoever has designed it, he has taken a good amount of time to work on it. That is very nice. I and the schedule body check idea is also a nice idea for the app. Yeah, that's it. What I liked about this course is that this uh, so many presentations were being done and so many demonstrations were being done, which really helped us to develop our communication skills. But what I didn't like about it is that the focus was so much on the documentation and very little on the product itself. Uh, so, uh, and also the things, and also the marking criteria was very vague, and the feedback which was given was also very vague, and no specific details were given why we were losing marks. So that could be improved.